Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Steven Universe Future. Last time on Steven Universe Future, we had Prickly Pear. Back in December. Man, it's been a little while, hasn't it? We had Prickly Pear, where, after retiring from little homeschool, Steven decided to, start doing some, plant stuff. Great adjective, Alex. Plant stuff. Anyway. But he did, and he accidentally pricked his finger on his cactus, and it, through a series of events, became Cactus Steven, who started to absorb all of Steven's negative thoughts and feelings and started throwing it right back at him. And there was a huge fight. Steven and the Crystal Gems fought Cactus Steven, who was, saying all the horrible things that Steven was saying, and then Steven forgave him and gave him a hug, and Cactus Steven punched a hole in the house and then left, and that was it. And if you saw my reaction to that episode, you will know that me, being a thundering moron, I thought that was actually the finale, the end of Steven Universe right there. And I spent a whole half-hour discussion, probably more than half-hour discussion, on how, I went from it being what kind of, malarkey, finale was that? I circled all the way. I did a complete 180, and then found my way to being no, this is some crazy artsy avant-garde, finale. Isn't that just great? And then everyone in the comments was no, it's not the finale, you fucking prick. Not the finale. We still have 10 more episodes. But this is it for real this time. This is the final 10 episodes. So these videos, by the way, I know last time, I'm pretty sure last time I said that we wouldn't be doing the whole, do a bunch of them in the same week. That's sort of true. I think originally I said we'd do these one a week, but that's not true. What we're going to be doing is, because I'm watching these so soon after they aired, I think I'm recording these on the 7th, and I believe they came out on the 6th, these episodes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to watch the episodes as they come out. And they are going to be in separate videos, obviously, so this is only episode 11 in this video. And so I'm watching episode 11 today. Tomorrow, episode 12 will go out. And then we'll just do that. So this week, 2 episodes, next week 2, the next week 2, and then the final week we will do the final 4. Pretty much after the episodes air, just expect the first episode of the week to be out on Monday, basically. That is pretty much it. With all that being said, we might as well head right into this episode of Steven Universe Future. Here we go.
I can finally party!
Oh, are you good now?
Me in!
Steven,
Ugh.
no one needs your help.
Ah.
So why are you still here?
Oh, it's a nightmare. Ah!
Steven!
Yay, Paradon.
Did you tape it? The reboot of the classic Great Northern teen drama, Camp Pining Hearts, that I recorded on this tape.
Oh,
The return of Camp Pining Hearts!
I have rewatched a bunch of episodes since the last recordings.
What have they done?
Oh no.
What is with this Rodrigo guy? He has no charisma.
And can we talk about this cinematography?
Oh god, it's a bad reboot.
I don't care about any of them. Camp Fighting Hearts helped me escape when everything around me was in chaos.
CP8's brought us together.
And now, look at this nightmare!
But you still have the original.
Steven, you didn't tell me that they cast you.
What? They didn't.
That's his dream.
Is this a hunky lifeguard friend with nice muscles?
They're making a
and
new character.
everyone always wants to hang out with him.
Stefan.
Bold. I like it. Good work, Stefan. Just don't forget, action-oriented storytelling.
Steven Universe
Hey,
trying to tell us
Jasmine.
something.
I hear you love birds.
Oh,
Sure.
God.
great enough for Jasmine to like you. What? I can tell from the way she looks at you.
Stefan is kind of like Steg. Ah! No!
Stefan! What's happening to you?
Ah! The pink state! Dogcopter! Oh, montage. Oh. Gemcopters.
So I've prepared this storyboard for you.
Storyboards,
You
that's a
drew
good
all
idea.
of this in one night? Why is Stefan kissing Jasmine?
It's perfect, right?
Ah! Whoa! Wait, that's not his room. That's his old room.
Why won't you look at me?
Ah! Oh, it's one of those episodes.
Paradox,
Ah!
we've always had something to fix together. The cluster, the diamonds, or Spinel. I don't think I know how to be a friend without something to fix. But I just can't do it anymore. I'm so tired. Now I'm even doing it in my dreams.
Well.
I'm sorry, I can't do this for you. Please don't leave. Don't leave.
She's watching all this too.
But I really wanted to spend time with you. I just wanted an excuse to hang out.
We
Just-
don't need an excuse to
Just hang out, man.
Can we still watch CPH together? Even if it sucks?
Just rant about it.
Of course.
Do reactions, hell.
I guess you just can't help being a bad person.
Jasmine, you just buried a body in the woods, and
Whoa.
now you're mad that Rodrigo cheated at cards?
I will watch the show.
This show is the worst.
This show is the best.
Alright. Okay, that's episode 11. Okay, more of Steven's crap. More of Steven's crap. He's losing his mind. Losing his mind. He just wants to help everyone, but he can't do it anymore. He can't, he has nothing to do anymore, and it's stressing him out. Oh, yeah, boy. This was a good episode. Definitely a good episode. Nice to have Peridot in an episode. Because Peridot, I mean... like I said, I did rewatch a number of episodes since the last time we did a reaction to this show. But I didn't do like much of season 5. So I don't know how many like Peridot episodes there were in season 5, but I mean, she only had like one or two moments in, well, she had a couple moments in the movie, but overall she really hasn't done anything in Steven Universe Future. So nice to have her back, and I'm glad I did rewatch a bunch of episodes, because I do remember the Camp Pining Hearts. Wasn't that it? Yeah, I remember watching those episodes, but I don't remember the name of the show. Oh well. Oh man, I mean, when it all boils down, technically they were sort of abusing the pink state, you know. They were using the pink state because that's how Steven affected the show. Somehow, I'm not sure how that relates to his pink state, but then again, how does anything relate to his pink state? You know, in episode 2, Smoky Quartz went super fast. You know, I don't know. The pink state is so undefinable and weird. But yeah, but this was definitely interesting. So the first thing I wrote down was his dreams. His dreams where, you know, everyone's at a party, but he can't. He's not allowed in, you know? And, you know, his subconscious basically saying, like, you know, no one needs you anymore, so why are you even here? You know, it's basically his greatest fear is that he's not needed anymore. Which, yeah, kind of has been the running thing with this season, you know? And you could almost say, like, this is kind of similar to the episodes with Rose's Room, because, you know, that creates these sort of nightmare escapes, but those are all on accident, you know? Those were just, especially the first time, was just because, you know, Steven didn't understand the room at the time. Whereas now, you know, now this is all his subconscious sort of screwing with him. So, I wrote down Stefan. It is funny that, you know, Peridot basically says, like, oh, you can affect, you know, the taping of the show. Well, why don't we abuse that, you know? Why don't we'll write our own show? Which I do like, you know, the two of them hating the reboot of, okay, Camp Pining, let me see, where is it? I still don't remember what it was called. Where is it? Camp Pining Hearts, that was it, yeah. Camp Pining Hearts, yeah, so that was funny, you know, just them talking about how the reboot sucks. And then, you know, at the end where it's like, oh, this episode, it's like, oh, come on, what was it? I think Jasmine is like, you know, you just hit a body, you know, and you're mad at him for cheating at cards. Like, holy crap. Like, that's pretty dark, actually. Like, man, she's a murderer, or at least an accomplice to murder. Like, what kind of reboot is this? This reboot sounds awesome. But I even like at the end when, you know, they're just hanging out and watching the reboot and just hating it, you know? I love that. But yeah, so Stefan, I like that. Reminds me of the Stefan Urkel, when Steve Urkel, like, got good in that show. But yeah, so Stefan, the older version of Steven in Camp Pining Hearts, who tries to get Jasmine and Rodrigo together, but then in that last version that Peridot was going for, it's like, okay, Stefan specifically lures Rodrigo over to this island just to see Stefan about to kiss Jasmine, and then it all goes to hell, you know? Interesting plot line. I would actually like to see how ridiculous a plot line could be done by Peridot, you know? That just sounds like so much fun. And yeah, that was sort of the next thing I wrote down was the storyboard. I thought that was clever, you know, when it's like, okay, well, we can't just go off of a script. How about, you know, we need to control, you know, what we're seeing in the dream. So why don't we, you know, let's do the storyboards, you know? So I thought that was clever. And then in the specific dreams, so we got, you know, the two of them. Yeah, we had, like, the dolphin that was Blue Diamond, a pineapple that was Yellow Diamond, and then the mountains, which were the feet of White Diamond. I guess maybe could you possibly interpret his dreams? Maybe not this first one. I don't know what the first one might be, but I mean later on. So let's look. Oh yeah, and he goes through the multiple dreams. They've got Dogcopter, Gemcopter, Baby Steven. You saw the injector behind Rodrigo. Is it Rodrigo or Rodriguez? I don't remember. Yeah, and that's when they bring in the storyboard. Let's see. And then they do it where it's like, oh, you know, Stefan is going to kiss Jasmine, and then he looks and it's Connie. Mean, like, you know, angry Connie. Angry Connie who evolves into Angry Connie Obsidian, which is crazy. Freaking dreams. I've had weirder dreams than that, but still. But that's, to him, that's a nightmare, you know? I used to always have a recurring dream. I think I've said this in a few videos before. I used to have a recurring dream throughout most of my childhood of a zombie apocalypse. Before it was cool. Before everyone was doing the zombie apocalypse. I had nightmares about that. But at a point, like, the more I had them, the more, like, I could control them. Like, there was one dream, I remember it where at the end, like, we found the cure. I guess it was, like, one of the first cure stories, technically. but we found the cure for zombieism. And then I literally, in the dream, restarted the dream so that we would go back to the beginning of the zombie outbreak, and then I just had the cure. So we cured everyone, and that was it. So dreams are such an odd thing, you know. I've gotten movie ideas out of dreams. Not good movie ideas, but back when I was coming up with a bunch of movie ideas, I got a couple of them out of my dreams. They were the dumbest schlock, though. So yeah. But yeah, this one, it's very relatable, these dreams. And then, you know, he wakes up, and immediately I recognize that's his old room. Steven wakes up in his old room. You know, the house has changed. The house has changed. So it's not the same room that he went to sleep in this episode. And then he sees Peridot, which is terrifying when she turns around and you just see the colors. Those the colors that show up, you know, when things screw up. Ugh. And then he's back to the house. Yeah.
I don't think I know how to be a friend without something to fix.
Yeah.
I just can't do it anymore. I'm so tired. Now I'm even doing it in my dreams.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't do this for you. Please don't leave. Don't leave.
So he's afraid. He thinks that if he can't help his friends, that they will leave him, basically. Which, I mean, the fear, I guess, is understandable because people have started to leave, you know? Lars and the off-colors have left, you know? Sadie and Shep left and all that. And so that's the thing, is that he thinks that, well, I can't help them, so they don't need me, so they'll abandon me. And this is the first time, really, that I don't know, he's been able to, like, overcome this a bit. I don't think he's, like, fully overcome this in one episode, but, you know, someone has finally been able to just... someone finally basically understands you. He's finally able to tell someone because, you know, Peridot was watching that whole thing, and he says, you know, I just wanted this so that we could hang out. And she says, we don't need an excuse to hang out, you know? Just go hang out, you know, have friends. So hopefully this is the first step for Steven back on... hopefully this is the first step for Steven back to living sort of a normal life. Because that's the thing, he's never been able to tell anyone anything. Even last episode, where is like... They asked, you know, Steven and Pearl, or Pearl and Amethyst were like, you know, is there something you want to tell us? And he's like, I've said enough. And then that was it. And it's like, no, you need to talk to them. You need to talk to them. And finally, you know, just through his dream, he was able to talk to Peridot. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction to helping Steven. You know, I hope we don't end the show with, you know, Steven just being like, oh, everything's bad or something. I don't know. Like, hopefully, you know, we're able to help him. I don't know. You know what would be amazing, though? You know what I thought? It would be great if actually the best person to help him would be Spinel. Like, that would be so great. Like basically, Spinel teaches him how to be just a friend, you know? That would be interesting. Maybe, you know, I haven't really thought it through completely, but that would be cool if Spinel was sort of the key to Steven, to helping Steven, basically. And I guess it is sort of, you know, it's a reverse now. Steven has always been the one to help others, but now they need to help him. And he doesn't realize that yet. But that's pretty much all I wrote down. Great episode. Nice to be back. And tomorrow we will watch episode 2. So, yeah, with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Steven Universe Future reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.